your clothes. And when I'm through, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world. Watch your clothes. And when I'm through, why not have it go? We paint miniatures. We paint miniatures. We paint miniatures. Turn on, tune in, hear all I say. Watch real closely, enjoy your stay. You'll see me painting from up above, and if you like it, give it mad love. Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world. Watch your clothes, and when I'm through, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world. Watch your clothes, and when I'm through, why not have it go? We paint miniatures. 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 We paint miniatures.
Hello, and I'm Shoshie, and we are live. I don't think anybody has joined me just yet, so I'm just gonna chill a little bit until we see some chat action going on with somebody. We might not have anybody join us today. We'll see. So far, every time I've streamed for the Patreon, we've had a few people come, so it'll be exciting. And let's see. So we're going to be painting the Wind Rider from Robot Rocket Games. This is the start. Look at how good he looks already. So there has been a jump from the last video because I worked on this off stream. But that's okay. Sometimes that happens. You got to work because my eyes are not so good. I want to make sure to get all of my little details and stuff, and sometimes I get ahead of myself. So anyway, hopefully everyone is having a good day. We have Benjamin. Yeah, you have therapy soon, so you hope you're streaming for a while. I'll be streaming for at least 2 hours, Benjamin, so I hope that you can make it. Either way, you should be definitely going to therapy because therapy is super important. I understand. I'm in therapy too, and I love it. I'm going to shrink my window here so I can stream and look at you guys, the chat window at the same time. There we go. So let's go ahead and switch. We're going to switch screens here. There we go. This is what I've been working on. You can see. So you'll get to see some of this. This is what we're working toward. And now it's so funny because it looks so different. Let me see if I can adjust my colors just a smidge. It looks so different. It's not picking up the nuance. Ro! Hello, good evening. Guten Abend. Let's see. Let me configure this so you can pick up some of the colors. Nice. I'm so glad you guys made it. Let me do saturation, see if that makes a difference. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that, because that red is super saturated. Can we maybe, yeah, it is more saturated. Let's see if I can adjust the contrast a little bit. Is that better? Yeah. Smidge. That helps a lot, doesn't it? It looks more like it really does. Alright, I'll leave it at that. Oh, I know why it's got, you know what, I've got extra light on it, that's why. Let me turn that light off. Sometimes the white light will wash things out. I want to show you guys, look. Speaking of, oh, he's blasted out. How can we, can't see him either. Maybe lighting would help that. No, it doesn't. That's okay. Anyway, this is the angel sculpt that got sent to me from Furry and the Beast, which is my sculptor team. He looks good, but I think we're going to try to print him just a little bit bigger. And then we're also going to get a laser print of him. He's looking amazing, though. So that's where we're at with the model production. Unfortunately, we're in a weird kind of dip part where I don't know what's going to happen next. Because I've got to, you know, do things in order. I need to get a very high quality master made, that's pretty much where we're at. And I think I just dumped something I was supposed to keep. That's okay. Pour a little water in there. How have you guys been? Anything new? I know that Ro just finished this amazing Kingdom Death diorama that I absolutely love. And I believe you started on some Sailor Moon models. Let's see. And also we can do a whip trip. Don't forget we're going to do whip trip. And Ben, if you want to do whip trip now, we can look at, if you have any models that you want me to give you critique on, throw those in the gallery or in the whips and we can look at them while you're still on. Just let me know if that's what you want to do. Minuteman, how are you? Good to see you. Can I share some of your updates on your pinup? Can I don't, if you want to keep it secret, that's fine, but if you want me, I can talk about it. You never know. I don't want to be sharing other people's news if they don't want me to. So what is under this? Oh, pieces of, it's like a little Kingdom Death hand. You wanted to give me a hand. Okay, I'm going to put this. I don't have a bits box here. Here, I'll stick it in that. Sure, if it's okay? Absolutely. If it's my idea, it's okay. So, Minuteman Models is in the process of making a pinup based on his logo, which is... Oh, come on. Lay down. And she's really cute. She's a bombshell pinup. And he just got it sculpted, and it looks really good. Rose says, Sailor Moon models have been sculpted on my request. Oh, that's so cool. And later on, you're going to paint the Kingdom Death beetle female dancer. That's awesome. I just noticed up above, look, I'm able to see your chat. That's so nice. I didn't know OBS would let me do that. That's really great. So that means when this gets recorded, you'll be able to, people who will be able to see it after the fact. Sometimes I think they aren't up to what others do, but I'm always willing to go for it. Yes, and it really doesn't matter what others up to, Ro, because you're just comparing yourself to your last model, okay? And you did a fantastic last model. So that's your only comparison. Oh no, that's sorry, Minuteman. Yeah, but even you, same thing. So you feel like your model isn't up to what others do? Well, we'll see. I think she looks good. Okay. Let's get palette ready. Remember, this is our dragon that I printed off, Chinese dragon wallpaper. I really want to find out real quick who the original artist is so we can credit them. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna take a quick detour to find out. Let's see. Chinese dragon wallpaper. There we go. Oh yeah, here we go. Nice. There it is. What? Won't let me click on it. Oh, because it was one of... There we go. So, it doesn't say who the original artist is. That's a shame. I see the signature is right here, so it's somebody from maybe Japan, possibly. So we'll just suffice it to say that there's their signature, so we'll call that the best credit that I can give at this point. We'll find out one of these days who did it. Maybe this is it. Ooh, here we go. God of Slaughter Wiki, Fiery Dragon. And once again, somebody just stole the picture. This is why I credit, because people do art theft, and I'm trying not to. Alright, let's close that. Yes, I love dragons too. And this dragon is so gorgeous, and he's so cool looking. Alright, we're gonna go make that bigger. I'm just making sure everything is... There we go. Okay, we're set. Now, this is what I've been working on this side. It's still not done, and I've got a couple little schmooch blotches I gotta fix. I'm gonna get out some brown, some umber. We've got also mahogany, which is also nice. Put that on the palette. Hi, Frick. Guten Abend. Wie geht's du? How are you? Let's see. I'm not finding my umber. Where is it? Sometimes I put stuff back away randomly and then I don't ever figure out where it is again. I guess I'll put some of this brown primer on my palette. Primer is paint. You can use primer as paint if you don't have... It's maybe not as high quality, but... There's a peach. Let me look at my palette. Oh, I found... Nope, that's black. Well, no, black-brown. We'll put this down. You might need it anyway. Yes, that's a beautiful dark chocolatey color. Bronze. I completely misplaced my brown. It could be on the floor. Oh well, that's okay. Like I said, we'll just use the dark. We'll mix the dark umber with the black brown. That'll be good enough. Brushes. Danke, mir geht es gut. Wie geht es dir? Mir geht es auch gut. Auch gut. You know what's? I've been so out of practice with my German that it's, when I pronounce, it sounds so lazy. I don't have my hard consonants. Always a pleasure in meeting you in the chat as well. Yes, that was so great. This is one thing that I'm really loving about the experience of having the Patreon is having kind of our own little Discord, having the relationship between followers and everybody is, it's like it's deepened, you know what I mean? I like that. All right, gotta switch back to my OBS so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Now I feel like things are too saturated. Are they though? Yes, they are. We're gonna desaturate just a second here with my filter. Always a pleasure watching. All right, let's pull the saturation down a smidge. There we go. That's better. Yeah. Okay. Find a brush. It's time for me to buy new brushes, I think. It's that time. Do I have any in my... Yes, I do. This is Igniter 4. This is a pretty big brush. We can get one of those, and I have some more. Oh yeah, this is the perfect. I love the 3s. The 3s are my favorite size. Perfect. Even though it's got, it's pretty big, it's got a nice sharp tip, and that's what's most important. Okay. Glasses are off. I'm just going to come back here and just touch with the metal music, of course. It's touch this spot where I had a little extra paint there. Yeah, I like that. Somebody on TikTok said that the eyes of my dragon are creepy. And I was like, well, that's okay. They're not even finished, so it's not like they'll stay that way. They do look a little creepy, but you know what? Chinese dragons had kind of intense faces. They always did. You just got a model back from Forge Games, Black Forge Games. Tenjin is what it's called, and I'm really convinced that a matte red like that would work best around some of the armors. So funny thing is I changed it from matte because did you guys see my video? I put some of this ink on it, and that brought it back to more of a satin because matte didn't work for me. So it's interesting that you say that because, like I said, the matte didn't work for me much. Trying to get perfect transitions with this from brown to yellow, and it's so hard. There's a little mahogany back here. That's better. I'm going to put some Chimera yellow down. This is the golden yellow, isn't it? Warm yellow, sorry. And I'm going to put, you know what I wish? Let me see if I can mix a warm yellow. Let's see what we can do. Golden yellow. See how bright yellow that is? And then let's see if we put a drop of orange into it and see what happens. It might not work. This is transparent orange. So I'm going to just see what happens. Alright, that worked. There's my warm yellow. Look, it's almost exact. It's almost the exact same color as my Chimera. Obviously, Chimera is a little bit more pigmented because there's a little white in this one. Because the yellow has to always have a little white. This is interesting. You know what? This makes me wonder, what if we do transparent yellow and maybe I'll get my transitions a little better. So there's a transparent yellow. I'm going to mix a little bit of transparent yellow with transparent orange to try to warm up my yellow. And then let's see what happens, because maybe I will have more success. Maybe. I need to go back in here. And smooth. Getting there. The transparents from Monument are a dream. They are so good. You know what? I'm going to, I need, I don't know if you can see, but there is like a blob of brown right in there that I want to get rid of, and I can't fix it without, I have to go lighter. Let's go golden so it's nice and opaque because my yellows are so transparent. I'm going to take some of this and go over it first. And then blend. Blend, 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 blend. Might have to do this in a few layers. That's better. That helped. And I'm going to do this on other parts of the tooth because I don't want to have to go back and airbrush, and I'm just being very impatient because these are teeth. Alright, now I need some ivory or some, yeah, here's ivory. I'm going to mix a little bit of ivory with a little bit of this gold color now so we can transition. And then water. Pull it down slow so I don't have the streaky, because that's super annoying. It's getting better. That's been, I think I need to switch to a satin paint. I really do, because the wet blending with the, actually, let me see if I have some satin medium, because that would fix everything. Do I have gloss varnish, anti-shine, slow dry might work. Slow dry is not the same thing as satin medium, but it could help my transitions a lot, because that's part of the problem with the lighter colors. They don't want to blend. Let's add a little slow dry medium, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yep, I think this is gonna work. Slow dry. It's already helping me get these beautiful blends immediately. Need to blend. So one thing I did is that I added a little bit of blue to my highlight to cool things down, but also to, because I wanted to, this Fenrisian blue is what I've been using. I'm going to add a little bit of this to my highlight. If you desaturate a color enough, it can still make it a highlight. Oh yeah, that's working nice. And what my aim with this color is to tie it into the rest of the Wind Rider. The Wind Rider has lots of blues. Where'd he go? Here he is. The Wind Rider has all these blues, and he wasn't fitting in with the rest of the model until I started adding the blues back in. Just that little bit. And that slow dry is really nice. So nice. But just putting, again, I'm putting that blue, those blues back in there. To help me. And I do need a smidge green. Was I using Calibrite green? No. I was using this green. This green is Sybarite green. Should have shaken that a little bit. That's okay. Mix this with my blue to get my kind of, and I had a tiny bit of brown mixed in. That really desaturates things a little bit. And then we're just going to glaze that with a little bit of that slow dry medium. Oh, that's pretty. Yes, yes, yes. So nice and nuanced. That's working for me. And just those little bits of blue, you cannot see this because it's blown out. You just notice the third eye. Yeah, he's got a third eye. Isn't that cool? Let me adjust my lighting is not good enough here. I think the gain is too high. There we go. Now you guys can see it's a little bit too low now. Right about there. You can see those colors a lot better. Let's do exposure. Nope. Let's turn the gain down a little bit more. And then we can turn the exposure up. No, we can't. Well, how annoying. Let's do this. Let's put this light back on. There we go. That's not too bad. Shoshie and tech, right? Oh. There we go. It's really annoying when you can't get the exact. Because that's not how it looks to me. Hold on. There we go. Yes. That's how it looks. Or close enough. Close enough for me, anyway. Much better. Alright, so we started doing all those little pretty blues and greens and stuff. And the nice thing about the greens is they kind of offset with the red. Just looking. I think I want to put some blues up here too. Thin glazes with the medium. It's just instinct. It's really like I'm not really quite sure I want to do this or not. I like that though. Okay, flip it. I need a little bit more blue. Fenrisian. You notice if I repeat your question or your chat, it's because I'm looking back and forth so much that I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything from somebody saying something. Okay. I'm gonna turn that light off again. Ooh, there we go. What did that do? It made it warm. Kind of like that. Nope, we don't want it warm. We want it there. Perfect. You're liking this? Oh, good. You like... Now, Batalur was telling me that seeing me stream on YouTube, it's a lot clearer. That's what he was saying. It was a lot clearer than on Twitch. Which makes me happy. That's good. Alright, I do like that a lot. That blues that just makes them look really alive. I don't know why. Alright, back on this part of the main, I need to get into some of these colors here. Let's look at our reference. I dropped our reference on the floor. Everything was so saturated, and then I desaturated it in order to get the highlights, and then I lost it again. Look at how saturated the shadows are with some browns. We need an ink. I think we need an ink. There's soft tone. I don't want to use that. I want to use like a real chestnutty colored ink. Intense wood. What else have I got? You can make a brown ink with, oh, here we go. Intensity chestnut. We'll add a little black to this and see what happens. Yeah, that should work. Actually, we might not even need the black. And start on this side. Since this is the side that I got most finished. I'm going to add some black. Okay, I'm going to add a little black to it. I might add some purple later, we'll see. Just like your schmutz. This dry up? I think this dried up. Okay. Usually inks don't dry out. I mean, not if they're kept in a nice bottle. There's something in there. I need a pen. So don't forget, guys, put your stuff... Oh, there we go. That worked. Put your stuff in the whip trip, because we're going to do a whip trip today. Don't forget. I want to see what you guys are working on. Oh, that ink is... It might be a little bit dried out. Look at that. It's almost like a paint. I'm going to throw that away. Listen to that. Ugh. It might be ruined. Alright, a little bit of black, a little bit of brown. to make this dark and nice. Yeah, that's what it needed. It needed that pink tints. To kind of, so now what I'm doing is I'm pushing my shadows because stuff wasn't dark enough. There we go. So a bit of that. Am I actually, black is kind of, I mean, it's black is good, but it's also not. I'm going to use a little violet instead of black. If you mix brown and blue together, you can get a really beautiful, gorgeous black that isn't going to sit on top of your work. That's the thing about black, is sometimes it will sit. You remember you like the Frisian tea? Today's dessert was Friesentorte? I would like it, except for if it has gluten. Ich habe eine Glutenallergie und ich habe kein Weizen? Can't remember how to say wheat. I can't have wheat, but I like torta. Okay, so let's see. Oh, that purple's pretty. We're gonna mix it with the brown to make a richer brown, and that worked actually really well. I'm still enjoying the tea that you sent, and it's so good. Whoa! Watch Shoshie accidentally paint herself by dropping her brush because her eyesight is so bad. I think I need to get a new prescription. Okay, that's awesome. I love that darkness. Gonna add a little bit more violet. Isn't it? We'll key in with that red real good. I like it. Okay. Just gonna go ahead and. Shall I get brave? And we'll just do all over the place. And we'll get brave. And we'll hope it's gonna be a little bit transparent and let some of that lighter color shine through. And it's working. Good. Hopefully it'll dry nice. That's my only worry when we glaze inks, that it might pool funny. Weizen. It was right. Oh, that's good. I'm very self-conscious because I'm so out of practice with my German. Weizen. I found a girl. So I'm on TikTok now. I don't know if I told you guys I joined TikTok, and I'm making content over there, which has been really fun. I've been sharing it to my other pages, so if you follow me on other pages, you don't need to join TikTok to see it, because you'll be seeing it. I'm sharing it to these other content areas. But I found one of my followers on TikTok. I think she's Swiss Dutch or Swiss German. Sorry, Swiss German. Oh, let me mix that up. And she was talking about her different accents that she has. She has a German accent and then dialect accent and then her English. And it's different for each one. And she asked which one we like best, and I responded to her in German that I like the dialect sound. And she was like, "Wait, you speak, you understand German?" It was so funny. I was like, "Ja, ein bisschen." Alright, that's looking really nice. Do you see what pushing those shadows did? Let me see if I can raise that up a little bit, and then here we go. Pushing those shadows made a big difference in how it looks. Let's do a little bit of brown. See, by making that satin, I feel like it smooths my transitions. That's something you can do if you're struggling with transitions, is get a little ink or something that is a transparent and just brush it over it until and blend it nice, blend it real good. So I can make that thin enough, it will transition nice. The inks will dry a little bit shinier than the transparents from Monument, which is a good thing. Which is why I switched to the inks. Here we go, see? Get that and smooth it. When I'm trying to blend, I'll push my color into the crevice so that way it kind of disappears into the crevice. I think I need a dark transition right here. This is the violet, little black. Yes, oh my gosh, yes. How pretty is that? That darkness. Come back up here and pull it around the horn. It's tricky because I don't want to lose it. There we go. Love it. Okay, I need to go all the way around so it looks smooth. This is where I work fast. Now I just have a wet brush and I'm doing I do this kind of mopping action to smooth. And that looks good. I love it. That purple really works there. Let's do it on the other side as well. I see somebody said something. Hold on. Ah, Freck, is this cake with tea infused milk? Ooh, yum. Oh, Mom, that sounds so good. How can you make a tea cake? Sounds so good. He says, unfortunately, no. I'm curious what cake you're talking about. Friesentorte is puff pastry with plum jam and whipped cream. Oh, that sounds so good, guys. I didn't really get a very big lunch yet. Friesentorte. See, I'm pushing that into the crevice there so that when I come back around to blend with the water, I have to be fast. See, it started to dry already. I'm going to add a little bit of slow dry here. And then look at that, what that does. The slow dry helps you with the surface tension, and then you can push it into the crevice. Lovely. Oh my gosh, I love it. So, okay, so I'm seeing lots of places where I'm going to push my shadows with these inks. So that's the thing. You don't always have to use paint to shade. You can use inks, and sometimes they're faster. And I just lost all my inks. Where are they? Okay, there we go. Chestnut. There. Some more of that on there. Sounds so good, doesn't it, Ro? Little purple, little brown here. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of the slow dry as well, a little bit of black. There we go. So we get a really dark burgundy color. See? Now they'll dry lighter because it is still, you know, that way. It will still dry lighter, but come in here and get some of the darkest. There we go. Okay. Oh, nice. Go ahead and deepen that. I just noticed he's got this itty bitty little horn right here. Let's see what happens when we start painting on that. Let's do the dark first, because then we can always come up and go lighter, right? Around the edges of it. And then all this part back here is where the rider is sitting, and so that's going to get shaded anyway. Blending it in. Where's that purple? Even though the rider's going to be sitting on most of this, I want to still come in and add my shade colors. Oh, here we got some metal. I need some more purple. There we go. There, that made a big difference. Just having that, pushing my shadows. Okay, over here, remember when we had this? I'm going to take some of my warm yellow and some of my ochre. You know, just a smidge of transparent red, or orange. Yeah, sorry, yellow rather. Oops. Transparent. There. And I'm just Kind of meticulously bringing back my highlights that got pushed out. I don't need a lot of this. Just on the very edges, right? Okay, that looks good. Maybe a little bit in the ear here, so it doesn't get completely lost with ear. This music is so cool. I missed it. Okay. Rawr. Aw, cool. You'll prepare one. Yes, and Frick, you have to do the Tade ceremony also with Ro, because that's also very cool. Tade ceremony. Okay. Trying to smooth, because these teeth are kind of rough. There we go. See, I had to go lighter to be able to go darker. That makes sense. Just go ahead and put a little bit of ivory on the tops. You know what? I think it needs to be like almost like a white or a brighter ivory, right? Like a bright ivory. Let's do, that's ivory. What happens if I do white? I don't like to use white until really last, but I'm just curious. That one's plugged. Find my pin. There we go. Just a smidge. What happens? Just a smidge. I'm going to put a tiny reflection dot. That wasn't there before. Now it looks really good. Oh, and this is another thing you can do to kind of give it like a little bit of a reflection across the eye, right? We need to slow dry with this big time because we don't want this to be harsh. We just want it to be just going to come in with this white and do these more smaller bright dot highlights with the slow dry. And I might have to get my schminke white. Probably mispronouncing that. I know I always do. Schminke. Oh, that's pretty. Just that little bit. Holy cow. Can you guys see what that did? Oh, man. popped his head out, didn't it? Wow. I'm gonna see what happens if I mix a little white with this. Does it get brighter? Yes, it does. I don't mind it. Let's add a little actual yellow and see. Yeah, better actually. That is gorgeous. Let me. Okay. I don't know what I did, but that made me very happy. Sometimes I paint something and it just works and I don't know why and I can't explain it. And sometimes that's what happens. But I think basically what happened here is I popped out my color contrast and I made stuff a little bit more luminous, if that makes sense. There we go. Gotta do that over here too. That's the hardest part, is mimicking it. Try to paint the same thing on both sides. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think it's because like I'm left brain, right brain, and I'm gonna add a little slow dry to my white. Notice that I'm doing my highlight. I should do it. It should do it on the same side as this one, like so. If I did that one there, then I need to do this one here so it doesn't look so crazy. That actually looks good. And then we'll do another one right here. With more white. And a little kind of streak here. Oh, I do like that. Wow. What do you think? What do you think of his eyes? Can you see them? It just gave it some character, didn't it? He's starting to feel alive for sure, I think. Okay. Let's do his chin. His chin is supposed to be very dark. What happens if we add that ink again back in here? And shade. I'm liking it already. Add a little bit more purple. Okay, there we go. Starting to look a little wild. just gonna add a smidge of this orange. I need a little red too. Let me check chat. Oh yeah, Spandau. So that's kind of what I decided, is that I'm probably not going to do Model World Expo. I would think I'd rather just come to Spandau because my friends are there. I think it would be better. Let's add a little bit of red to my red. Let's add red to my brown. To my transparent. There we go. That's better. Very, very nice. See, I'm trying to get those highlights in there, or those shadows rather. Okay, I'm going to hit the bottom of this chin. This is a little bit of that transparent again. Wow. I love him. I think that's what my problem with him was, is that he was so matte. Just wasn't working for me, and now that I'm getting some of this shiny satinness back, it's just making all of everything easier. Let's add a little bit of ivory to this to try to get this lip color here. There we go. Boom. Sort of a little bit pink. Come back and glaze it after the fact. Oh, see, now that's too light. I need to go back to the burgundy. And I'm accidentally painting his teeth. That's not good either. You can always fix it. There we go. Getting there. Need more red. Need more burgundy. Let's get the top lip. There we go, better. So how has the weather been in Germany? Is it starting to get nicer? Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, I love him so much. Here it was about 5 degrees Celsius for a while, and then now it's starting to get better. Having to match it. See the difference? Alrighty, 1 second here. So do you guys have anything in your, do you have anything in the Whip Trip gallery that you want me to take a peek at? Because we can take a little break. Take a little stretch break. Let's see what's in the Whip gallery, what people are working on. Just so, let's go to Whip Trip. It's been a while since March 19th. It's the 20th. Okay, so this is yesterday. So Kyle says he's doing a lot of a layout for a storyboard piece. He's going to attempt and maybe fail and play a lot with perspective. That's cool. Wow. All right, we're going to look at All Right Backside because he put this in yesterday. Hold on 1 second. And then I'm going to go to the gallery as well. So, All Right Backside is going to be, he's been working on this, what do you call it? This, I'm opening the different, this leprechaun. He's almost done with it. And this is a piece that he's going to do, added to it. Okay. So let's take a look. Let's shrink this so you can do the whip trips and look at this. You don't have? Not very active in your paint? It's alright. But you can still look at other people's stuff. It's totally fine. I'm just going to show you what, this is what Rubbish is working on. Can you guys see this? Hold on. Properties. You can't see it yet. Hold on. There we go. So this is what Rubbish is working on. He's working on this leprechaun. And this is the background that he chose. He basically did a screenshot. And now he's in the process of doing a little light airbrushing, and this is where he's at. He's painting the little scene that's going to be her backdrop, and I think that's lovely and a really great way to use your references. Looks great. So let's see what else people are doing. Hold on a second. Let's see what's in CNC and show and tell. Frick, can I show off? You had something in March 7th I'm going to put. Open link. Because I don't think we looked at it last time. This is awesome. Holy cow, look, you guys have to see this. Okay, so Frick is working on what looks to be a Warhammer scene. Backdrop, look at this. Hold on 1 second, let me do whip trips. There we go, look, it's gorgeous, so bloody. Now, I know you're not done with this. Let's look at another image. Let's see if I can zoom in here. So nice. Oh yes, I remember when you were painting this, and now you made this gruesome blood. Oh, blah, blah. You know you're doing a good job when you've done that. There's the base by itself. Gorgeous. That tree is awesome. So let's go back to the first one. There we go. So when if you want a little feedback, I can give you feedback. If you don't, let me know, because I know you're not done with it. But when you're looking at this picture, what does your eye go straight to and kind of stay at? That's what I would be focusing in on here is where's my eye going? And where do I want my eye to go? You've worked some more on it, made orangey, more brownish. Good. Good, good. I think maybe if you added some roots and foliage. Oh, that's gonna be great. Yeah, if you hide some of that red and then bring maybe the edge of the cloak up with a little bit of yellow, like kind of what you got on his fabric here, these little hash marks. If you do that on the edge of the hood, that will kind of maybe hit your eye will go back to the face of the model. Yeah, because right now my eye goes to this little skull, this white skull right here, because it's the brightest thing on your model. And then it goes down here to all that red, and there's also brighter colors down here too. So then when you squint at it, you can see where you want to have the brightest. You might actually dull this skull down a little bit and bring up the hood a little bit more so that your eye goes back up. Yeah, sometimes the hardest part of making a display piece is getting it all to work together. Let's see what else other folks have. Here we go. See, Pandateca says red is a color which draws attention naturally. The base looks freaking cool, but due to this model itself gets lost. Yep, that's pretty much what I said too. I don't know how to change. Maybe by painting the orange. I think, like you said, like kind of hiding some of that red with the foliage and just kind of distracting the eye. Super dark burgundies. And then Kyle says your red and orange on the base don't really belong on the palette you've chosen. They just seem out. I don't necessarily think that's the case. For me, I don't 100% agree with that. Try to work from existing reds and such you've incorporated into your model. Yeah, yes and no. Because I think the blood color does give you a good impact. Everything else, your steel is pretty warm, but then you have these large cold areas and cold orange. It's a bit jarring. See, and bit jarring doesn't always tell you what to do. So I would say, like I said, the reason why I said put yellow around the hood is that's warm, and that's also going to bring your eye back up because it's a higher value as well. I think it would be cohesive if the quality of light was maintained, something to consider, opposed to painting independent colors. Yeah, I see what he's saying there. That makes a little bit of sense to me. Let's see. One of the things in this hobby, oh wait, Pandateca, can we can show yours. Oh, I love your piece so much. The boys and the Kingdom Death guy, the nurse. Let's show this off. Whoops. Okay. Yep. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. So Pandateca got these male models separate, and then she put them with the Kingdom Death, and it's perfect. They have no idea what they're in store for, or they 100% know what they're in store for and are all about it. So good. I love it. Good job. Let's see what people had to say, because you put it in the gallery. Let's see if anybody commented on it. She said, really happy with how this turned out. Frick said, that looks amazing, Pandateca. I really do like the skin tone of the pinup as well as the blue highlights on the black clothes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So good. And then I'm just going to show off. All right, backside. Also finished this. What's the name of this guy? He's a Warhammer model, this one. Isn't that gorgeous? He did such a nice job on this. Very good. Do you guys want me to keep painting? There's only 2 of you watching. I am happy to keep painting, but if it's getting late over there, I think it's 9:15 it's actually 10:15 for you. So I'm also happy to. Of course, it's flattering. Yeah, I know. Really like that piece, and I think you got a lot of amazing comments on the Kingdom Death group about it as well. Whew. All right. I tell you what. I think I'm gonna call it here and do some more of this work, and I'll post pictures in the Patreon and let people know. And I want to tell you guys that I'm sorry that I didn't get out the announcement a little sooner. I think I'm going to put out the announcement of when I'm streaming for April, like this week. That way everybody knows what's happening for April and can plan for it. And also what's happening in April is we'll hopefully be on the next stage for the model, which means we're going to start casting. Actually, we can't start casting until we got to get cost estimate and then packaging estimate, and then we're going to get my website together, and then do the pre-orders. The pre-orders will come before the casting. That's crazy, isn't it? All right, guys, I will talk to you soon, and feel free to message me anytime on Discord and let me know where you're at with your painting or what you want to talk about. Anything. I'm totally there for you. You guys are my patrons. All right. Bye-bye.